Nick, did you feel in the second half your team probably didn't get to the pace that it needs to be consistently?
Well, I think we got off to a really bad start, Doug. I think we came out and got 2 wide open threes and 1 wide open dunk, and we came away empty-handed. And I think if you're creating those kind of opportunities, you got to come away with something. I mean, we probably should have been up about 12 rather than them up 1 at the end of that run. But you know, those missed shots led to, we didn't play very good defense at all. They scored just every possession to start the second half. I'm not sure where our kind of focus or energy went there to start the second half. It's too bad because we were playing really, really well. And, you know, you got to recharge those juices and get back fired up, ready to, you know, play those first 5 minutes of the second half. That was really the ball game. And then we were kind of chasing it from there and wasn't very good from there second half. But really good first half, not very good second half.
You look at OG and Gary, and I think they're 3-point shooting, 1 for 11 between them, but they seem to all get good looks. Most of the looks look pretty clean from them. What did you see the same?
Yeah, I mean, Gary had a couple. I think he probably had 1 or 2 that were pretty contested, but he's kind of been hitting those lately. OG, I thought, had really good ones, right? And you know, we're going to need those. I think there's at times you're going to see a little bit of spacing issues out there on the floor, and when we do have that and we get those chances, those are the things that are going to keep the offense ticking over. Really disappointed in the way we went to the offensive glass today. It wasn't characteristic of the way we've been playing, and it wasn't close. It wasn't like we were putting heat on them, and they were just doing a really good job. We just weren't putting enough effort in to go make them work to keep us off the glass.
How do you think Pascal looked?
I thought he looked pretty good. Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good. I thought again, it's been a long time, and I thought he looked pretty comfortable out there. Thought he had a couple of good drives and good moves. Had a couple tough rolls there again that rolled off on him, but not too bad. I have to check the tape and see all around how he looked, but I thought he was moving good and skills looked good.
Good minutes from Precious today too, especially when he first came in the first half there. What did you make of his? Yeah, no, that was good. I think it kind of suited the rotations that they had as well. You know, bringing Aldridge in off the bench, we kind of needed a big to play him with us, so we wouldn't have to go to too much other scheming, etc. But yeah, I thought he played good. He was, you know, lively, made a couple cuts and catches, dunk here or there, and you know, they were certainly opportunities for him out there tonight, and he made some of them, so that was good. I thought he was good tonight.
They seem to be picking on Svi a little bit at the end of the third and the start of the fourth with pick and rolls or just screens.
Yep.
He's been pretty good up to this point. He had a rough night tonight. How hard is the offense-defense conversation in your head kind of to sort out in those moments, especially when you're having the shooting?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You know, you look at it, didn't seem too tough except for in that third quarter where they were scoring like crazy and we weren't scoring at all. So it's one of those times where you need both, right? You need to get your best defensive lineup out there and your best offensive lineup, and unfortunately sometimes you can't do that. It was, you know, they're you know, that's what they do. They want it. Whoever they think they can go out. It was Fee some, it was Gary some. You know, just to put a smaller defender on Harden on the screen, you know, I thought we were doing an okay job, but we weren't probably closing down the drive soon enough. And then we let him shake free for the threes. I mean, you can't do that with. We even did, you know, once with Durant. I thought we had him pretty. You know, we were doing a good job on him too. He was working really hard. Then you relax one time, and he you know, sidesteps you to the left and bangs a three on you. You know, you just gotta execute. You know what the personnel decisions that you're making within the schemes each and every time on those guys. But they both played very well. They both, you know, made big buckets, and you know, they're good players, as we all know.
Did you see in the first half kind of the potential advantages or benefits of having, you know, not like you were saying yesterday, another lengthy defender like Pascal, and not necessarily even in his stints, but there were some moments in that second quarter where it kind of looked like you guys.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's I think again giving us another athletic skillful player out there, should enable us to continue to play. You know, I think the second quarter that's how you would draw up what it has to look like. We just seemed like we were everywhere, right? We were everywhere. Every time somebody turned, there was somebody else there, and then we were out and running, and again, that's a big improvement area. I think we're turning a lot of those turnovers into buckets, making some good decisions on that stuff for the most part. The more bodies we have, the harder we should be able to play, Michael.
Pascal was, I think he made that 25 minutes, and like he's back kind of going on 5-minute shifts the first half, and kind of a little bit of extended second half. Is that around what?
Yeah, we were shooting for 4 times 6 tonight, 6-minute stints, and I think we kind of. I think he picked up a second foul there with maybe with 5 minutes. He had played 5 minutes and had 2, so we figured we'd shave a minute off there. We didn't probably really matter. We figured his foul situation probably didn't really matter much because of the limited minutes. But we figured we'd buy an extra minute there. Tried to get him back in there at the end of the half, I think it was. He went to check in with a couple to go, but got on a little run there, so we didn't end up pulling him back. But ends up, about right where we wanted him to be tonight.
And just kind of piggybacking off of the point that Josh made about, Precious coming off the bench tonight. Is that what you meant by, the starting lineup being a little bit more fluid, depending on defensive matchup?
Yeah, probably. I think it was. The decision was to start Pascal or not, and I figure we're going to get there eventually, and not too long. I would say this: I thought Pascal for conditioning and moving and stuff didn't look that bad. I think he got a little tired, maybe one stretch where he really needed to come out. But other than that, not nearly as bad as I expected. It's not, again, and it's a pretty hard playing, fast-paced game against a very good team. It's not an easy one to jump into. So I think that's encouraging. So I don't know how long the minutes. I would say I think that the minutes restriction will probably go for a bit, but I don't see it being a real long time just based on tonight. We'll have to see how he comes out of it tomorrow. He'll probably be a little sore and things like that tomorrow, and see how fast he recovers from a hard run like tonight. But thought he looked pretty good conditioning wise.
You going with what Granger was asking you about, sort of all the guys being the same size allows you to do some unique things defensively. It seemed to me like you guys were playing some zone early on. Maybe I'm wrong, but is that something you'd like to see more of?
Well, I think that at some point we would like to get it to where as long as our offense can function with some space, we'd like to get it where there isn't a matchup they can go at. That we can just switch, and it's switching to Scotty or OG or Pascal or Kem or Precious or Chris, or we should have some size out there to play against. That's, I think, ideally to get to an all 1 through 5 switching situation. Hopefully it'll enable us to keep the ball in front and not have to pay and rotate as much. That's kind of the idea if we get to that.
First time out, you had to pull Scotty aside and had a conversation with him over concern or something. What was it that you spoke to him about?
Yeah, it's just how we want to play Durant, right? That was it. I'm not going to tell you the specifics of it, but it was just a correction on how to play Durant.
He did against Durant and Harden.
He did pretty good. I thought he was good. I'm more disappointed he wasn't more aggressive offensively tonight. I thought he was doing a lot of east-west driving when he should have got by him and put his shoulders by him and went downhill and used some more size. He had Bembry on him a lot. He should be shooting over the top of that guy or putting him in the rim or knocking him down and putting him in the rim and things like that. Again, that's where the aggressiveness. He's been being pretty aggressive. I think he took 19 shots the other night. There was a bunch of those that were his own tip-ins, but we need him. Again, I think he's a guy that needs reps and needs chances and needs to be more aggressive than he was tonight. But defensive, I thought he was okay.